Hello everyone, I am Ayushi Gandhi and today we are going to talk about one of the global environmental issue named as acid rain. Now what is acid rain? How can I know that this water is acidic? Okay, so normally rainwater is always slightly acidic because CO2 present in the atmosphere get dissolved in its form carbonic acid. Normal acidity of rainwater is 5.6. So pH of water, rainwater should be 5.6. If there is variation in the pH value of rainwater, that means there is a problem in that water. So here what happens is, normally water reacts with carbon dioxide and forms carbonic acid. Because of SO2 and NO2 gases as pollutants in atmosphere, the pH of rainwater is further lowered to 2.4. This type of precipitation is called acid rain. So whenever the pH value of rainwater reduces from 5.6 to 2.6 or 2.4, then it is known as acid rain. So acid rain is combination of H2SO4, HNO3 and HCl. So what does that mean? That rainwater is acidic when the pH value is 2.4 or less than 5.6, then the rainwater is known as acid rain. How acid rain is formed? Acid rain is formed majorly due to these two pollutants, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. Okay, what happens here is, you can see in the figure how acid rain is formed. So acid rain is formed while where automobiles releases nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere. Sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides are also released by industries. These sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides will react with water vapor present in the atmosphere, and that will result into formation of sulfuric acid and nitric acid, and that rainwater is damaging the environment. So that is how acid rain is formed. Now, what are the causes of acid rain? So there are natural causes and there are anthropogenic causes. That means man-made causes. So what are the natural causes of acid rain? So the natural causes of acid rain are volcanic emission, biological process and lightning. And man-made causes of acid rain are factories, as we have seen in the figure, motor vehicles which releases nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides in the atmosphere, coal-based power plant which releases sulfur oxide to a larger amount in the atmosphere, domestic fires, smelters, these all are the causes of acid rain because they releases nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides in the atmosphere which are forming acid rain in the environment. So how can we identify that this water is acidic? So we have already studied in the definition. So if the pH value of rainwater is less than 5.6, then the water is known as acidic. Now acid rain is measured through pH test that determines the concentration of hydrogen ions in a liter of fluid. So on amount of hydrogen ions we can identify that this water is acidic or basic. The pH, the potential of hydrogen scale, is used to measure the acidity or alkalinity in the water. It runs from 0 to 14. The greater the concentration of hydrogen ions and the lower the pH number. The more acidic a substance is, the lower the concentration of hydrogen ions are there. So, as the hydrogen ions will be more, that means the lower the pH value. And if the hydrogen ions are less, higher pH value is there. So the more alkaline or a basic a substance is, so a pH is greater than 7 indicates an alkaline substance, while a pH less than 7 indicates acidic substance. So water's pH value is measured by measuring the hydrogen ions in the water. Now, what is the chemical process? If we release sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere, what chemical process happens which makes the water acidic? Now, sulfur oxide is reacting with oxygen, it is going to make sulfur dioxide. So, sulfur is reacting with oxygen molecule to form sulfur dioxide. That sulfur dioxide will react with half oxygen molecule plus H2O and will form sulfuric acid, H2SO4, which is known as sulfuric acid. Reaction involved in forming nitric acid. So nitrogen oxides are released in the atmosphere. It will react with oxygen trioxide and it will form nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen molecule. That nitrogen dioxide will react with oxygen trioxide and it will form nitrogen trioxide plus oxygen molecule. Now that nitrogen trioxide will react with nitrogen dioxide and will form nitrogen N2 and O5. Now N2O5 will react with water to form nitric acid, which is 2HNO3. So that is how nitric acid is formed. So basically acid rain involves sulfuric acids, nitric acids and hydrochlorides in the water. So we know how acid rain is harmful. And what are the effects of acid rain? If acid rain is formed, how it is affecting our surrounding, we should study that in detail. So our surrounding is affected. For example, plants are affected, soils are affected, buildings and structures are affected due to acid rain, which is sulfuric acid and nitric acid are affecting the surrounding to the most. So how it is affecting it? So first we should learn how it is affecting the plants. So what happens is, because of the acid rain, it causes yellowing of the leaf tissue. So you can see here in the figure, first of all the plant was green. Because of acid rain, there is yellowing in the tissue. So that is the effect of acid rain on plants. The other effects of acid rain on the plants are direct effect on the plant growth due to toxification of the soil. It reduces the fertility of soil, so the plants cannot grow properly because they cannot get nutrients properly. It takes away soil nutrients, causing stunted growth. So again, fertility of soil decreases, that means growth of the plant decreases. Blocks stomal pores of the leaf. So the pores which are present in the leaves for exchange of water in the leaves are blocked by acid rain. So that results into lesser amount of water in the plant and resulting into degradation of quality of plant. Electron transport system, biochemical reactions dominated by pH are affected. So it changes the pH value of the water, and because of that the reaction which uses water are affected. Degradation of plant chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll which is present in the plant, which acts as a nutrient for plant, is affected due to acid rain. Now how acid rain is affecting aquatic life? Obviously the rainwater will flow in the nearby water bodies. So what happens is, acid rain causes lower pH and high aluminum concentration. So it lowers the pH, makes the water acidic, and the concentration of aluminum increases in the water. So what happens is that it damages the fish and the aquatic animals. Biodiversity of water body is reduced. It affects the fertility of the fish, and because of that the next generation is not produced. So it creates imbalance in aquatic ecosystem. Lakes, rivers are fragile ecosystem where each species are dependent on the other to survive. So they eat each other, and that's how the survival of aquatic ecosystem is done. But because the water is more acidic and aluminum concentration has increased, and that reduces the fertility of the fish, it results into imbalance in the food chain, and that results into imbalance in the whole aquatic ecosystem. If one disappears, the other two disappear. So they are dependent on each other. If one species are affected due to acid rain, then the other are also affected due to that. And then if we are eating the fish, the toxic elements are also entering our body. So that is affecting human beings also indirectly. Now, how it is affecting the soil? Acid rain damages soil biology and chemistry. Microbes not able to tolerate low pH value die. Upper fertile layer of soil is affected as essential nutrients are leached away from the soil. As sulfuric acids and nitric acid, HNO3 and H2SO4 are very reactive. So what happens is that they react with the nutrients present in the soil and reduces the amount of nutrients present in the soil. So it decreases the fertility of the soil. Now, acid rain is also affecting human health. How they are affecting human health? Aerosol mist of sulfuric acid have very serious respiratory effect. Acidification play havoc with human nervous system, respiratory system and digestive system. So the acidic rainwater or sulfuric acid and nitric acid which are present in the atmosphere affects human beings' respiratory tract, and the other part, digestive system, is also affected by the acid rain because it is very toxic. So here you can see here in the figure in 1908 and 1969 you can see the difference in the building. As earlier the building was very nice, you can see the whole structure, but as the time went the building gets degraded. It's because of the acid rain, because sulfuric acid and nitric acid will react with the material of the building and degrades its quality, cause extensive damage to building structure materials of marble and limestone. So acid rain basically can cause too much damage to limestone and marble. So CaCO3 when reacts with sulfuric acid, so it produces CaSO4 plus H2O plus CO2. So it damages the structure of the building. In Greece and Italy, invaluable stone statues have been partially dissolved by acid rain. In Italy and Greece, it has dissolved some valuable structures. Taj Mahal in Agra is also suffering due to acid fumes from Mathura refinery. So there is an oil refinery in Mathura which is affecting the Taj Mahal. You can see a yellow color, pale yellow color on the marbles of Taj Mahal, and that is degrading the quality of Taj Mahal because there is a lot of amount of sulfuric acid and nitric acid present in the atmosphere near Agra. Here you can see deterioration of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is the seventh wonder of the world, getting degraded because of emission of Mathura oil refinery which lies 40 kilometers away from Taj Mahal. The oil refinery emits 25 to 30 tons of SO2 daily in spite of using low sulfur fuels. So even if they are using low sulfur fuels, then also 25 to 30 tons of sulfur is emitted in the atmosphere, and thereby it is affecting Taj Mahal and degrading its quality. The amount of degradation caused by acid rain is too much. So we should have some control measure, how we can control the degradation caused by acid rain. So first of all, clean combustion technologies. So mostly automobiles are emitting nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere. So first of all, a technology should be developed which emits less amount of sulfur or nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere. Using pollution control equipments. Replacement of coal by natural gas or renewable energy resources. So coal emits lot of amount of sulfur oxides in the atmosphere. So replacing coal by some other renewable source of energy, then it will help in controlling acid rain. Liming of lakes and soils. So when there is lot of amount of acid rain in our surrounding, then we can do liming process. Liming is a chemical process which helps in reducing the acidity of the water. Formulate the policy framework for reduction of sulfur dioxide and other acid rain causing gas emission. Support a set of sub-projects that promote cleaner production and reduces acid rain and air pollution to improve the environment. So there should be certain policies which helps in reducing the amount of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere. Now we can see some alternatives to control acid rain. So alternatives to control acid rain are using soft coal. So what happens here? The coal has lower amount of sulfur oxides present, so that will reduce acid rain. Then liming is one of the method. Liming process is done in lakes mostly to reduce the acidity of the water. The chemical reacts with the water and reduces the acidity of the water. The process of adding lime or carbon hydroxide, a base to acidified lakes. Now, what are the other energy resources which can help to reduce acid rain? So we can use newer technologies or renewable technologies like solar energy to produce electricity. So that will reduce the amount of coal used for generating electricity. Then you can use wind energy to generate electricity, hydroelectric energy to generate electricity. So that will reduce the amount of coal utilized in generating electricity and thereby reducing the amount of sulfur oxides in the atmosphere. Thank you for watching this video. In today's lecture, let us revise what we have done. So what do you mean by acid rain? Acid rain is when the water's pH value is less than 5.6, near to 2.4, then it is known as acid rain. What are the causes of acid rain? So release from automobiles and release from industries of sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides causes acid rain. Sulfur oxides react with water and form sulfuric acid, and nitrogen oxides will react with water and form nitric acids. Then we studied how it is affecting the surrounding. So it is affecting plants, it is affecting the soil, it is affecting building and structures in our surrounding. It is also affecting the seventh wonder of the world, which is Taj Mahal. Many important statues and monuments are affected due to acid rain. So we need to control acid rain. So what are the control measures? So we can use cleaner technology, using alternative materials, using alternative coal, which has less amount of sulfur oxides in it. Liming is also one of the techniques which reduces the acidity in the lake. So these are some methods to control acid rain. Thank you for watching this video and hope to see you in the next lecture of global environmental issues. There are several global environmental issues. We have only learned acid rain. There is climate change, greenhouse effect and ozone layer depletion. These are some global environmental issues which one should take care. Thank you for watching this video.